just a lot of fun. It's a lot of hard work, but it's not a job where you think, oh, I want to go to work today.
Right.
It's just a passion. It's a passion for sure.
Yeah.
All right, we are back with another episode of Hustling Cowgirl, and I'm on my way today to go talk to a really cool woman who owns a boutique in my small town, and we're going to learn about what it's like to own a boutique and just a small business in general, because where I own a small business, I'm always ready to learn anything I can, and hopefully you guys can pick up some cool things to learn if you guys have a small business too. I'll see you guys in the episode.
All right, so we're going to be interviewing Miss Christy Underwood, who owns, well, actually, I'm not going to say it because I'm going to let her introduce herself. So,
Okay.
introduce yourself.
How are you? So my name is Christy Underwood, and I am the owner of Southern Hearts Boutique. We are located in the train station in downtown Dublin, Virginia, 405 East Main Street. We offer, we're size inclusive, and we offer sizes small through 3X of boutique clothing at affordable prices. Something we really focus on is customer service and offering you pieces that are unique and giving you that boutique feel, even though we are in a small town.
Right.
And we have a really good time. We have Facebook Lives every Tuesday and Wednesday. And we also have an online presence with Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and our website is shopshb.com.
How long has this Southern Hearts been in business for? When did it start?
So I bought the business from a mother-daughter team.
Okay.
And I believe that they started Southern Hearts in 2016.
Okay.
And then I've been the owner for about a year and a half now.
Okay.
And they moved to the train station about 4 years ago, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay. I really like this location a lot. It's really pretty.
It's really pretty.
Yeah.
It's unique. We filled it full of vintage, eclectic furniture.
I saw that, yeah.
Most everyone wants to buy the furniture, but a cool thing about all the furniture is the majority of it is from my family. So they're all family pieces, from my great-grandmother to my grandmother to my great-great-grandmother. So the majority of the pieces you see are actually family pieces. So everywhere you look, there's a touch of somebody I love in here.
That's awesome. I didn't even know that. I love the vintage side of it. So I saw on Facebook and everything, I don't know too much about it, but do you guys also have a Blacksburg location too, or is it kind of different?
At one point they did have a Blacksburg location, but not anymore.
Okay.
We do hope to expand and have more locations, but that's in the future.
Okay, yeah. And then also I was going to ask, so I know since you said back in 2016 it's been a thing, did COVID kind of, I know because 2020 was in the midst of that, did that kind of affect you guys at all business-wise?
So I bought the business right at the end of COVID.
Okay.
So I don't really know.
Right, yeah.
We've been successful every month. So, and we've managed to grow every month. So I can't speak on that per se, because I haven't owned the business that long.
Right. Okay. And you guys have an online store, right?
We do.
Okay.
So one of the things that's been a struggle as a small business is getting enough inventory in store and also selling it online, because cash flow is always an issue for small businesses. So typically we sell it before we can get it online.
Right.
So we're looking into some options as to how we can grow our online presence, keep the store fully stocked. So it's just, ebb and flow, learn as you go type thing.
Yeah. But that's, So I guess since you haven't really owned the business from the very beginning, I don't know if you would know if it's, I guess, family, if you know what made them want to start this business, specifically the boutique.
I don't really know why they wanted to start it. For me, I've always had a love of fashion.
Okay.
And I teach marketing at the high school. So I was down here with one of my girls, with two of my girls, and they were modeling for the previous owner. And I said, if you ever think about selling this, I might be interested. And they were like, well.
Yeah.
And 2 months later, I owned the business.
Awesome.
And it's a dream come true.
Okay.
Southern is my maiden name.
Okay.
So
kind
the Southern, it was just like,
it's meant to be.
Yeah, it's meant to be. So
yeah.
It's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of hard work, but it's not a job where you think, oh, I don't want to go to work today.
Right.
It's just a passion. It's a passion for sure.
Yeah.
And most small businesses are.
Right. Yeah, that's true. So before this, did you own any kind of business, or did you just kind of, what was before this?
It's funny because I've had a very eclectic career.
Mm-hmm.
I started working when I was 16 at CVS, or Dublin Pharmacy up the street.
Okay.
So I worked in a small business when I was really, in my teenage years.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed with them until almost through college.
Okay.
And so then I went to work for another small business, which was a small business, but
Mm-hmm.
they did multi-million-dollar projects, but it was an architecture and engineering firm.
Oh, wow.
And I loved it there. I love the
Mhm.
people there. I'm still very close with some of my old coworkers. And it just got to a point where I needed to be home more
Mm-hmm.
and have the same schedule as my boys, because I have 3 boys. So
Okay, yeah.
I went back to school and became a teacher. So I teach full-time at the high school, marketing,
Oh, nice.
and I own the boutique. And Debbie is my store manager here at the boutique.
Gotcha.
So she handles all the day-to-day stuff.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that was like really helpful.
Yeah, we have a really good, my mom helps out.
Mm-hmm.
Debbie is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so we each kind of have our roles. My husband does
Mhm.
the website. So we all have our roles, and we just all blend it together and make it work.
Awesome. So you said your husband does the website. Is that
Mhm.
kind of, I know you guys do Facebook marketing too.
Mhm.
What's like your main source of marketing for this boutique?
Well, Facebook is very helpful for
Mhm.
us, just because of our demographic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the age of people who typically shop here
Mm-hmm.
use Facebook more.
Right.
We do
yeah.
use Instagram a lot
Okay.
and
okay.
TikTok.
Mhm.
As far as the website goes, it's there.
Mhm.
Every month we get a few more orders from the website,
Okay.
but most of our steady business is from our brick and mortar.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And I guess in this town, I bet most everyone knows you guys, and I always heard about you guys. And then you said one of the girls that models is she still in high school, or did she graduate?
So the girls who model, yes, Ella Talbert also
Right, yes.
works here, and she does a lot of our TikToks
Okay.
and Instagrams. So she is still in high school.
Okay.
So, but some of the girls who have helped out here are in college now, and
Okay.
they just keep coming.
Yeah, I understand. So now that you kind of taken over this business, is there anything that you want to change about it? Any future plans you wanted to redo, kind of design, or you just want to keep it how it is?
Well, I love the store, and
Mhm.
the brick and mortar is absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
The furniture, it's very eclectic. It
Mhm.
really has a touch of feminine
Mm-hmm.
and rustic. It's it fits my personality very well.
Yeah, yeah.
Some of the things I would like to change are our online presence. I would really
Okay.
like for that to grow.
Mhm.
That's really hard,
Mhm.
and it takes a lot of trial and error.
Right.
So we have been successful, but there's things that I would like to change. We
Mhm.
currently use a system called Square.
Okay.
Shopify has a lot more of apps and things that you can connect to.
Right.
So
yeah.
maybe someday switch over to Shopify instead of using Square.
Yeah.
We always want to grow. I mean, that's
Right,
always
obviously.
your one of your main goals.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things I don't want to change is our ability to connect with customers. That's really
Mhm.
important to me, and to give each person that personalized experience,
Right.
and
right.
to help them, become the best person that they can be.
Right. Yeah. I actually, when you talk about Shopify, that's what I use for my small online store.
Mhm.
So I know I wanted to actually use Square, where I'm going to try to go to markets and stuff and sell, outside just online. But yeah, they do have a lot of. It's nice that they have a lot of everything's connected into one. So
Mhm.
you can have the readers and all that, but it's just all in your one system. So
It is, and
That's
Square
always
offers a
nice.
lot of the same opportunities,
Mhm.
but they are missing some of the add-on apps. Like if you have a drop shipping company that you may want to work with,
Mhm.
Square doesn't integrate as well with drop shipping as
Right.
Shopify does.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, when you said that, I was like, oh yeah, well, because I didn't know whether to go with Square or the Shopify. They're both kind of similar, but
Mhm.
where I already have Shopify as my main, I kind of wanted to use that too.
It's awesome having something like the boutique
Mhm.
to really drive your creative side.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
make you constantly push yourself to be
Mhm.
better and do better.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That's what I was going to ask. Yeah, what's your favorite part of not even just owning this, but being able to be in control of a lot of things and something that you are passionate about.
I think that one of the things as women that we don't do well is realize
Mhm.
that we're all beautiful,
Mhm.
regardless of our shape or size.
Mhm.
And so when I go to market or I'm buying for the store, that's one of the things I really keep in mind is that beauty comes in all shape and sizes. And
Mhm.
so we're very passionate about helping you see that beauty
Right.
regardless
Yeah.
of your shape and size. So we offer a very eclectic mix
Mhm.
of pieces, just because we know everyone's made
Right,
different.
right.
And often Debbie and I will twin for a
Mhm.
live. You know,
Yeah.
I'm much taller than her, and we'll giggle about the
It'll
fact.
show, yeah, the different sides.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's something I'm really passionate about.
Yeah, yeah. So, I guess when a lot of your pieces are very unique and everything, do you guys get a lot of returning customers or a lot more new people?
Well, right now we're growing, which is
Mhm.
always good. We do have a very broad base of what we call them our sweethearts, who are
Mhm.
just very supportive and you know always there and keep
Right.
coming back and
Mhm.
want one of everything. And
Yeah.
are
Yeah,
always
for
willing to try
sure.
the new crazy ideas I come up with.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just I was kind of looking around before you got here, and yeah, I was gonna say everything is you can't really find any of these things just in retail. So
And I think that's the beauty of boutique shopping. Everything
Right.
that we offer here is very unique. It's very
Mhm.
personalized.
Mhm.
And if you, our vendors, we prefer that they not have their pieces in any other boutiques in this zip code. We like to be zip code exclusive just
Mhm.
because, you can go to the big chain stores and find, those unpersonalized items, but
Mhm.
everything that we do here, we like for it to be very personalized.
Right, right, yeah. So another question I have, since being a woman and owning a business,
Mhm.
do you find that there's more perks and advantages, or kind of just drawbacks to being a woman in the business industry? What have you found personally?
That's a really good question.
Mhm.
I think there's both,
Okay.
some strengths and some weaknesses.
Mhm.
One of the things as women that we try to do is do it all,
Mhm. Yeah.
So finding those boundaries and work-life balance
Mhm.
is difficult.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think you need a really supportive partner and
Mhm.
family who's willing to work with you and
Mhm.
understand that this is your passion. I also think it has to do with where you're at in your life.
Yeah.
If I
Yeah.
had small children or babies, I don't know that I would be able to handle a full-time job and running the boutique full-time. But,
Right.
you know, there's so many factors that go into running a business.
Mhm.
Also, is Debbie around? So, I couldn't do this without Debbie. So,
Right.
and I
Right.
don't want to ever take away that fact. Like, if
Mhm.
she is the reason that I can do this and do it well, it's because
Right.
she has so much experience and she's so amazing. And
Mhm.
we are a team. Like,
Right.
I may own the business,
Mhm.
but she is just as important as I am. So I think that
Mhm.
that's something you really need to focus on is getting a team of people
Mhm.
who are like-minded and believe in the Southern Heart, and in our
Right.
case Southern Hearts just as much as I do,
Yeah.
and I'm very blessed to have her.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think right now where my business is pretty small and online, I don't have anyone helping me. But I've gotten to the point where I know that if I want to continue growing, I probably would need to add on, more of a team instead of just me. But yeah, that's good you say that, because I feel like I keep telling myself I can keep doing it by myself. I don't need anyone, but
Mhm.
it's definitely a lot harder.
Yeah, and it's not about being able to do it by yourself. I know that as a
Mhm.
woman, I feel like I need to be able to do it all.
Mhm.
But sometimes
Mhm.
I think there's more strength in knowing, yes, I
Mhm.
can do it,
Mhm.
but I'm only one person.
Right.
So,
Right.
it's a quality of life thing for me.
Right, and knowing that you can, be better and grow more, having more people.
If I could afford to have another person, it would probably be someone who could run our online
Mhm.
social media,
Mhm.
and keep the website constantly
Right.
going.
Right.
So I think that that's one area that we want to grow,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
because of limited resources, it's kind of a slower pace.
Right. Right. Well, so I won't necessarily ask you, how much does this? I mean, unless you want to say how much this business makes every year, in revenue, but just in general, how much do you think, boutique, especially in like kind of area that you guys are in, how much do you guys think is the average revenue
So
for?
I just think it depends on your customer base, how long you've
Mhm.
been in business, your following. There's so many factors that go into that.
Mhm.
It's hard to put a number
Mhm.
for out there for someone to say, oh, okay, they're doing well,
Right.
because
Right.
that's just hard.
Mhm.
Owning a small business is tricky.
Mhm.
It's never easy,
Mhm.
but it's rewarding.
Right.
So for
Right.
me, it's not about the numbers. It's
Mhm.
about feeling like I'm bettering myself.
Right.
And
Right.
so I do feel like I've grown as a person since owning the boutique. I feel like I can stand taller,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
I'm more confident.
Right. Right. So, so I know, like you said, with Facebook being kind of your main demographic and why that's kind of more prominent for your all's marketing and everything. You have, I know you said that Ella, right? She's kind of in charge of like the TikTok, Instagram side of things.
She does do a lot of Instagram and TikTok. She's she's not been as active here in the last few months, just
Okay.
because it's summer.
Mhm.
So, but the thing about Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all their shops is that
Mhm.
integrating it all, and you have to have every piece just right in
Mhm.
order for it to show up on your Facebook shop or your Instagram shop.
Mhm.
So that's been tricky, and
Mhm.
learning how to make sure all those fields are filled out.
Right.
I do have a background in computer programming, but that doesn't make it any easier.
Yeah. 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 Actually, I just recently, I know a lot of the social medias are trying to push like their own shop that, it's yours, but it's through their, social media platforms. So Instagram has their shop and Facebook has their shop. And I guess now TikTok just started their shop.
And now Pinterest has a shop, and it goes on and on and on and on. And it's
Right.
really hard to keep going and growing and learning all this as quickly as it's happening.
Yeah, yeah, and I feel like it's almost like a war for eyes as far as social media
I
goes.
agree.
And so I feel like it's just hard. Even if you can connect your main website and all your main things to all these social media platforms, you're still constantly having to update and having to go with the algorithm. And I know that's definitely a process.
The algorithm is definitely a process, and you can be going smoothly. Everything can be great. Your viewership can be really high, and then the next month you do nothing different, and the algorithm kicks you out, and you're like, "Whoo!" It's like a slide. Whoo! Yeah. So that's kind of frustrating too. The whole, and when you have your product for sale on social media, there's a whole process you have to go through that nobody talks about. And all of these bigger places make it look so easy, but it's not, and it's a lot to learn.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, I still feel like I learned something new every day about how to. Last week we learned how to do something different on social media. So, we're always, you have to keep you have to keep educating yourself. You can never get comfortable.
Right, right. And do you think that's kind of the same in, I know it's not obviously the same social or online versus, brick and mortar, but I feel like it'd be a little more laid back as far as, in-person maintenance. There's more to do like online, but you don't have to keep on, there's no like trends or anything, I guess, to keep on with.
Well, we do have to keep up with trends, like in the latest products.
Right.
What's the new best thing? What's the new trend that everyone wants to wear? As far as accessories, that one changes a whole lot.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Perfumes, things like that.
Okay, yeah. I saw you the Yellowstone.
We do.
I've been seeing that a lot more places now. Those are really cool.
It smells so good. It's one of our top sellers. Actually, we can't keep it in stock.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. I've seen it at a few other stores, and yeah, they smell amazing.
They do.
So I don't want to keep it too much of your time, but I want to have you tell everybody all your social, your social media handles, where they can find you at, your website, and everything like that. So.
So I'm pretty sure that all of our socials are the Southern Hearts Boutique.
Okay.
But just Google or put these Southern Hearts Boutique Dublin, and we should pop up.
Right.
And then our website is shopshb.com.
Okay. Thank you so much for doing this with me.
Thanks for coming. It's so fun.
Yeah. And I definitely learned a lot. I kind of, from the beginning of when I started my business, I was kind of thinking more brick and mortar, but being a little more familiar with the online with my generation, I kind of wanted to start that way and then maybe transition over to that a little bit.
When you do transition to a brick and mortar, there's a lot of things there's some costs that are going to be there, regardless of whether you have a good month or a bad month. So you kind of have to plan. You have to work on your capital and just make sure you have a firm foundation. And I think it's great that you started online.
Yeah,
a young entrepreneur. I mean, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, and actually, I just thought of this question now before we end this. So are you kind of like finance wise? Do you have somebody helping you with that?
My
That's
mom
huge
has a
thing.
background in accounting,
Okay.
so she's the bookkeeper,
Okay.
and she
okay.
keeps a pretty tight ship.
Okay. I know that's super important because that's one area I'm not so great at, and that's where I get super overwhelmed. So
It's very overwhelming, and we have an accountant
okay.
who we work with, Southwest Virginia Accounting, right up the street, Lisa,
Mhm.
and she's amazing.
Okay.
So, but one of the things that I really struggle with is staying on budget, because
yeah.
I want to buy it all. Like, oh
Right.
my gosh, that's so cute. We need it.
Mhm.
We need it. We need it. So that's something I really struggle with, is staying in the budget.
I might talk to her because especially with the end of the year coming around. And
Oh
then
yeah,
tax
she's
time,
great.
Yeah, I've got the quarterly tax things going,
Mhm.
but I have no clue what to do after that. So
So I just hand it all to her,
Okay.
and she tells me what she needs.
okay.
So we use QuickBooks she set us up with QuickBooks, so we take
Mhm.
care of making sure everything's in the computer, so we can
Mhm.
make sure it's all divvied out the way it's supposed to be. But numbers have never been something that really interests me all that much, so
Mhm.
I'm more of a creative. So
Yeah, doing what you're passionate about and
mhm.
kind of letting that. Yeah.
I like the marketing side of things. I like showing off our clothes and that sort of thing, but they do have to rein me in a little bit when
Right.
it comes to numbers.
Yeah. I'm the exact same way. So yeah. Yeah. So shop
SHB.com.
Okay, yes. And then Southern Hearts Boutique, I'm sure, yeah, like you said, if you Google it, it'll show up. Yeah. Again, thank you so much.
Thank you. It was fun.
Yeah. And if you guys want to see any more videos, please follow me, Hustling Cowgirl. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we're back. I just got back from the interview that you guys just saw with Christy Underwood, who owns Southern Hearts Boutique. Definitely go follow her because she's incredible. I mean, she owns a small business and she teaches marketing at the high school, so she's definitely a pretty awesome person, and it was really cool to have an interview with her and learn. So you guys go follow her, all her social media. She's got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and check out her website online if you guys don't live in Pulaski. Definitely, yeah, go check out her website because she's got some really unique and really awesome pieces. And if you learn something or want to see videos in the future just like this, definitely give me a follow. I'm going to be doing all kinds of interviews with people who are very successful in my small town, and we can, learn about what it's like owning their businesses, what it's like to start a business. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next episode.